Alright guys, what's going on? My name's Edgar. Welcome to Go Fast RC, and today I have got some pretty cool packages that just showed up in the mail. So let's get into it. So this right here is actually in reference to one of the other videos that I made previously with this truck right here. So this is the final setup that I'm going with inside the Savage because I know that it fits and it should be okay. So let's open these packages up and let's see what I got. There it is. It's kind of a sleek box, just having it all black. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, let's open up this other package. Oh wow, this is like a brand new takeoff. Let's get started with the fuel tank first, just because we already know what that is. This is literally a brand new takeoff from a brand spanking new truck. It even has the break-in procedure tag still on it. So that's cool. We're gonna toss that. This doesn't come with the glow plug. That's strange. There she is. A brand new Alpha 28 with the roto start on it. So this engine right here is going to be going into beast mode. I double checked with my dad's Alpha 28 that's in his LST, and it works, it fits, as well as the roto start works in the truck as well with the Revo fuel tank. Alright fellas, so what you guys just saw, that was the idle tank. Now, I have two things I really want to point out. The tune, out of the box, was entirely too lean, for my liking at least. So I had to richen it like way up. And this isn't like a one-time occurrence. My dad's truck, or my dad's Alpha, had the exact same issue. He had to richen it way up. So that way it was actually starting to spit oil and have a ton of smoke and that kind of thing. The other thing I noticed was that this engine is like, it took forever to burn through that first idle tank. I'm pretty sure it's because it was idling and it wasn't really under load. It was just sitting there. But I've had like my Traxxas engines, my little 3.3s, I've had those things eat through fuel faster than this thing did when it's idling. So I'm not totally sure like what the deal is, if it's because like this fuel tank or what the deal is, but the temperature was running like really cool, and it was burning the fuel really slowly. So I don't know if this thing's fuel efficient or what, but we're gonna continue the break-in today. I just wanted to give you guys like a little update and my first initial thoughts. We'll keep breaking this thing in, and hopefully later today, the thing will be shifting and it'll be awesome, and I'll be really excited because after this one, we're gonna finish up that one. All right, guys. So she's preheated, running. And this is the first time it has officially moved under its own weight. But this thing, it's very stable. The engine is super stable. And one thing I noticed is that it's not as loud as my XL, which is kind of surprising. thought this thing was supposed to be... Oh well, I thought this pipe that's on it was supposed to be super loud, but I guess it's not as loud. But it's definitely raspy, that's for sure. This is the third tank, and it's already shifting. So the shift point is set way too low. I thought honestly there's going to be a good shot it wasn't going to shift, but yeah, this shift point is way too soon. Like, I'm barely giving it any throttle. But at least we know it shifts. Sounds pretty cool too. But it's a good sign that it's actually shifting. But kind of sucks because we're gonna have to crack the transmission open and get the shifting figured out. But it shifts, so that's a really good sign. But it is very rich. Like, there's no way it should even be shifting yet. Just watch it. So after a little bit of tuning and some tinkering around with the 2-speed, it's finally running pretty good. I put a little bit of a tune on it, and turns out it was a tiny bit too lean. So I richened it up a little bit, and we're gonna fire it up right now so that way you guys can actually hear this bad girl purr and scream down the road. So let's get it started. So this thing, it's pretty responsive. It took me a minute to tune, because there for a while, if I did like full throttle stabs, it would die just because it was too rich. There we go. Yeah. And then it's the one thing I noticed is that this engine's a little finicky. That's one thing I noticed about it, is that it's real finicky. It's not super easy to get it tuned like the Dynamites or the OS's, so I mean, it runs really good. It's just like if I turn too hard, it wants to die. I don't really understand why, but what it's doing. But it's making plenty of power. So as long as I get it, as long as I keep it cleaned out, it'll be good. Got the jump set out, so let's hit it real quick. I do think the shocks are a little bit too stiff, so that's something I'm gonna have to change up real quick eventually, but it's awesome for right now. Oh, there you go, that was a good jump. I'm not too sure if the fuel tank is part of the issue, why it's kind of, the tune kind of changes. I'm not sure if that's why the tune is like super dramatic when it changes, or
or what the deal is, but this engine is not as easy to tune as like the Big Red or something like that. The Big Red, it practically tunes itself. But yeah, this thing, it's pretty loud too. And I know it's because of that pipe. That pipe's real loud. But... oh, what? Oh. Well, that's lame.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yeah, that was kind of lame. I don't know why it broke off such a small jump like that. It didn't even hit on the rear corner like I thought. I rewatched it, and it kind of like landed on its side, and it popped off. So I don't know. That's kind of lame. But all in all, it was a semi-successful day. I call it a good day. It definitely wasn't a bad day getting this thing running. It was shifting. It was running good. The only thing is that I do have to tune on it a little bit more. I think it got a little rambunctious on the high-speed needle and leaned it out a little bit too much, not considering the fact that, you know, it would lean out additionally with the drop of fuel in the fuel tank. So yeah, I do have to tune on it a little bit more, but I can now tune on it properly since it's shifting. So W right there. The engine was running good, but it was like 240 to 250 degrees. It was within that range. So yes, it was hot, but I think if I richen up the high-speed needle and just kind of, you know, make sure that it stays cleared out and stuff at the top of the tank, it should be okay. And then the other thing that's kind of a bummer is this. I mean, I know this is a known weak spot on these trucks, as with any basher that's got turnbuckles on the rear end. It kind of sucks, but I guess I'd rather have it do this instead of like break an arm or bend a shock shaft. So yeah, I'll have to look up a fix for this, but in the grand scheme of things, it really isn't that bad. Just kind of lame that it did that on such a small jump. But yeah, I'll definitely have more content coming out with Beast Mode, and if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe if you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys later.